friends of good karma, gather round. Today's like a spring breeze rustling through a bamboo grove, whispering with a faint fragrance. But this world, calm on the surface, churning underneath. Picture this. Deep in that bamboo grove, a woman in plain robes steps slowly forward. Her name's Yasodhara, once the wife of Prince Siddhartha, draped in silks and jewels, living the high life. Then poof, one blink and the palace turned to dust. She followed the Buddha, joined the nuns' order, practicing with grace, her heart full of compassion and wisdom. Time barely touched her face. It only deepened her quiet glow, like a still pond that draws reverence. But here's the twist. Beneath that calm, a knot's been tugging at her for years. They say women tangled in attachments can't become Buddhas. That idea's like a thorn stuck deep in her chest. Back when she first joined the order, the whispers never stopped. Some muttered, "She can't let go of her love for the Buddha, can she?" Others sneered, "Women are born clingy, how can they reach enlightenment?" A few even hauled out this 5 obstacles talk, claiming with certainty that women can't become Brahma, Indra, Mara, a wheel-turning king, or a Buddha. Yasodhara heard it all, and her heart churned like a stormy sea. She'd listened to the Buddha preach, all beings have Buddha nature. So fair, so vast. So why, when it came to women, did it feel like that nature got choked off, slapped with a can't become a Buddha label? That question spun in her mind, popping up during chants, sneaking into her meditations, stirring ripples across her tranquil heart. One fine spring day, with sunlight spilling soft and the bamboo grove retreat humming with peace, the Buddha was resting nearby. Yasodhara thought, "This is my chance." She steadied herself, stepped close, pressed her palms together and bowed low. "World-honored one," she said, "I keep hearing folks say women have 5 obstacles, doomed by fate to never become Buddhas. I'm lost, please shed some light." As those words spilled out, a few nuns nearby, Mahaprajapati, Kshema Uppalavana, caught wind and hurried over, faces solemn, eyes wide, waiting for the Buddha's reply. Now folks, is this a small question? Hardly. It's tied to the heart of every one of us. Now, Yasodhara's question wasn't just her own puzzle. Let's chew on this. If Buddha nature's equal for all, as the Buddha says, why do people keep pinning these 5 obstacles on women? What are they? Can't be Brahma, Indra, Mara, a wheel-turning king, or a Buddha. Harsh, right? Like women are born a step below. But the Buddha, hearing this, gave a gentle nod, his kind eyes twinkling, and motioned her to sit. That look, soft as a spring ray, warmed the soul. He spoke slow and steady. Folks say women can't become Buddhas, trotting out these 5 obstacles like it's set in stone. But you nuns, with your resolve to practice, your heart and focus, where do you fall short of men? That hit Yasodhara like a spark, though doubts still swirled. She pressed on, bold as you please. World-honored one, if all beings have Buddha nature, why this talk of 5 obstacles? Is it a mistake or just our own prejudice at work? That's no light question. It cuts deep. The Buddha smiled, gazing off into the bamboo thicket, and said, "This 5 obstacles idea has roots, sure. It's not pure nonsense. But it's more about worldly roles and ranks, tied to certain teachings. If you cling to the surface and call it the only truth, you're chaining yourself up, missing the real freedom of the heart." Mahaprajapati stepped up, her voice earnest. "World-honored one, if it's all about the heart, why is the world still so full of bias? Us women especially, everywhere we go, folks pick at us. Even chanting in the hall, some think, how can a woman seek the path shoulder to shoulder with men?" Her words carried a sting, a mix of grievance and grit. The Buddha lowered his gaze, soft as ever. "That's just it. People cling to appearances, forgetting the basic wisdom that all forms are illusions. Male or female, It's just a temporary shell in the cycle of rebirth. See your pure nature and gender's no shackle. But get lost in it and you've dug your own hole, can't climb out. Folks, doesn't this stir something? Are these obstacles fate, or just lines we've drawn ourselves? The Buddha's words, like a breeze, cleared some fog from their hearts. But Yasodhara and the others still looked hungry for more, eyes pleading. Hold on, this is just the start. The real eye-opener's coming up. Let's dig deeper. The Buddha pointed to the bamboo grove and said, "Look at these stalks. Who can spot which one's male, which one's female?" Yasodhara and the nuns followed his gesture. There they stood, swaying in the wind, lush and green, roots firm, leaves crisp, no telling them apart. He went on, "They rise together, full of life, no better or worse. Even if there's a male-female split, does it stop them from shooting up tall?" Simple words, but oh, they sink in. Buddhism's all about heart's liberation. Drop the divisions. Lao Tzu in the Tao says, "Heaven and earth don't play favorites. They treat all things like straw dogs, no high or low in nature." Confucius? He's on about cultivating yourself to harmonize the family, get your heart right, and everything falls into place. Yasodhara thought back to her palace days, silks, servants, the works, but her soul felt hollow. She ditched it all to join the order, yet those judging eyes still trailed her. Years of practice, compassion and wisdom shining, and still folks said, "Women? Too attached, can't make it big." That weighed on her like a rock. The Buddha caught their thoughtful looks and added, "Appearances are like these bamboos. Obsess over male or female and you're asking for trouble. Once that dividing mind kicks in, it's like worms eating the bamboo, looks fine outside, hollowed out inside." Practice is about a clear heart. Live like these stalks, rooted in the earth, reaching for the sun, and who cares about gender? That's pure gold, seeping in like a quiet rain. Yasodhara glanced down. Those bamboos stood tall, rustling in the breeze as if nodding along. A jolt hit her. Maybe this world's biases aren't fate, just traps we build ourselves. But he wasn't done. Sweeping his gaze over them, his tone grew firm. People love ranking men and women, saying women's 5 obstacles block the path. But I say male or female, it's just a skin sack. But nature doesn't care about that. Can't let go? Then greed, anger, and delusion are your real hurdles, nothing to do with gender. That rang like a bell, buzzing in their ears. Folks, isn't this both plain and profound? How many of us can really let go in this messy life? Now, let's talk about the knots in our days. Ever feel like life's a battlefield? At home, petty squabbles blow up. At work, you're stumbling, never quite satisfied. In love, it's a tangle you can't cut loose. Those messes, who hasn't got 'em? Mahaprajapati hit the nail on the head. World-honored one, why are we women always doubted? Even chanting scriptures, some side-eye us like we're born lesser. The Buddha smiled kindly. Easy, people fixate on the outside. Men chase power and status. Women cling to love and softness. It's all attachment, just dressed up different. Can't drop it? Male or female, you're stuck in a pit you dug yourself. Yasodhara's heart skipped. She remembered her palace life, glamorous, sure, but lonely as heck. She thought the order would bring peace, but those women can't become Buddhas, whispers shadowed her still. She wondered, where's all this bias coming from? He went on, family, work, love, these tangles are fires in your heart. Keep thinking, I've gotta prove something, and that something ties you up tight. The way out. Doesn't matter if you're man or woman, it's about putting out that fire, cutting that rope. Suvaram Suryal. We've all got our woes, right? The Buddha's like a cool splash waking us up. But just getting it isn't enough. Yasodhara and the nuns stared at him, hungry for more. What's he got next? Hang tight. the big moments around the corner. Here's where it peaks. Seeing their eager faces, the Buddha smiled, closed his eyes like he was peering way back, and said, "Countless eons ago there was a woman named Padmavati. Born rich, surrounded by luxury, but she didn't care for it. She dreamed of mountain stillness, craving true freedom. Back then, folks were harsher on women practicing, called her emotional, weak, doomed by those 5 obstacles to never reach the heights. But Padmavati wouldn't buy it. She thought, if practice is about the heart, why fuss over male or female?" Yasodhara's heart thudded. She'd heard those same jabs when she started out. Padmavati felt like her mirror. The Buddha continued, "Young as she was, she tossed aside wealth, headed to the mountains, and found a sage named Jvalaprabha. He saw her clear eyes and took her in. Every day, she chanted at dawn, meditated at noon, listened to teachings at night. A woman sure, but her grit and compassion matched anyone's. Her teacher said, 'Practice is sincerity and focus. Drop attachment, and male or female makes no difference.' That sank deep, and she pushed harder. But fame brought trouble. A debater named Vikra, sharp-tongued and smug, heard her teach and scoffed. He challenged her in front of everyone. 'A woman, emotional, bound by 5 obstacles. How can you grasp the truth?' Nasty ha." Padmavati stayed cool, replying from her calm, "Sure, the obstacles are in the texts, but have you asked what they really mean? Cling to the words and judge by gender. That's the real block. Obsessing over male or female is like pointing at the moon but staring at your finger." Vikra wouldn't back down, quoting scriptures to crush her. But every time he leaned on gender, she hit back with, "All forms are illusions," cutting to the core. In the end, he ran out of steam, bowed in awe, and gave in. Padmavati's name soared. When she passed, heavenly signs lit up, proof the obstacles weren't the issue, division was. She showed with a woman's body that Buddha nature's equal. The Buddha paused, his gaze piercing. Yasodhara and the nuns felt their pulses race. This was it, the answer they'd craved. Folks, isn't that a jolt? It says life's fleeting, desires ablaze, meanings in the heart. Now let's feel this together. Ever think you're like Yasodhara, trudging under folks' stares? Or Padmavati, boxed in by doubts but burning to break free? The Buddha pointed to the bamboo. "See these stalks? No male or female, just standing tall. Drop attachment, and anyone can rise." That hits home, doesn't it? Yasodhara recalled her struggles. Palace riches left her empty. The order brought trials, cold looks aplenty. She didn't quit, nor did those nuns. Padmavati proved it with her life, melting even Vikra's pride. The Buddha's line, "Attachment runs deep, so do obstacles. Let go fully and freedom's just as full," rings like a wake-up call. Folks, got a spark from this? Drop a note in the comments. What's weighing you down? We're all in this, right? Family spats, work flops, love knots. Who hasn't wrestled with letting go? But he said it, our pain's self-made. Be like bamboo, forget the labels, just grow, and the haze lifts. Feels like a breeze lightening the load, doesn't it? Alright, time to wrap up. What's the Buddha teaching us? Gender, status, all illusions, freedom's in the heart. Padmavati proved it with her life. Yasodhara found peace hearing it. They're telling us, life's short, don't cling to petty wins or losses. Desires of fire, burning bright but never filling you. Meaning's not in others' words, it's yours to find. Family, work, love, money, those tangles we all face? Can't let go and you're caging yourself, wings clipped. He pointed to the bamboo. Look, no male or female fuss, just roots in the earth, reaching for light, growing strong. So practical. Man, woman, rich, poor, practice your heart and the path's wide open. Drop bias, ditch clinging, and peace comes natural. Friends of good karma, If this little chat lights a spark in you, give it a like, a follow. That's the seed for more Buddha wisdom to flow. No echo, and these words might fade in the dust. This bit of insight could get buried any day. Follow quick, don't miss the next chance. See you soon. May we all break through like bamboo, rising to a clear, calm place.